This is week 9 and it's the final video for this week, and it covers slides 18 right to the end, which is 28. We might do some of this during our regular weekly meeting in MS Teams. If not, kind of play it by ear with each group. If not, please work through this on your own. And there is a group activity though where I'm asking you to contribute to some class notes so that they're available for everybody to access to prepare for the mock interview. So this website right here, if you click through to this web page, it's from Global Affairs Canada, and it's informative or interesting to read whether you're Canadian or you're from out of the country studying here at Durham College. And it has some tips and tricks about appropriate language, what does it mean to be on time, clothing, and some of it might make you laugh if you're Canadian and you say, wow, that's not true. And then you think about it and go, well, maybe it is. And if you're an international student, you might read some things that, depending where you learned English or where you lived before this, you might be surprised that Canadians take a different point of view about certain topics. Make sure you read what it says about using the word ma'am when you're addressing a woman of middle age. Okay, then I went through here and I gave you some examples of some specific maybe nonverbal communications and what they might mean from culture to culture, and how, you know, depending on where you're from, it can mean something completely different. So it's really important that you're mindful of what different nonverbal communications mean, or some of these intercultural communications mean, so that you don't put your foot in your mouth and embarrass yourself. Okay, so I'll let you read through these. So these are just some kind of interesting ones. And then my activity is that I would like you to read, I've assigned you by name to certain groups on the next slide. And click on one of these links. You'll read these little chapter excerpts, only a page or two, and then add your comments. You can put in some questions or for the rest of your group mates as they happen to get to this activity. If they have some questions, we can answer them. But just put in a couple of points in total for each of these that we can use as study notes for the mock interview. Okay, so on this screen, if your name begins with A to E, click here, and you'll open a Google Doc and just type in a little bit of information. When you're all done, again, there's a check for understanding quiz that you can take. And some further reading. One of my favorite Toronto Star opinion writers, you can read this. I thought this was interesting. And as you know, I'm a librarian, so once a librarian, always a librarian. I told you to get a Oshawa Public Library card so you could access lynda.com. Another resource that they have is Novelist, which is kind of a reader's advisory. So you can find reading and other materials, leisure time materials, that meet your diverse needs. So you can, if you're looking for a book to read, a movie to watch, it'll suggest resources that meet maybe your diverse background. Okay, and that's our slides for this week, so where we've been. And next week where we're going to start into our final, well, not our quite final unit, but we're going to talk about resumes and possibly cover letters. So please be sure to bring your resume and cover letter, or have it available, find it, so that we can use that as a starting point to move forward. Thanks, and have a great week.